It's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Ryan Gosling. I'll be speaking on his personality traits, his characteristic traits based off of his natal chart and his placements. I'll also be speaking on how a lot of these placements have led to his success. So please make sure you continue to watch the video, lovelies. If you have not yet become a part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please make sure you share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, or anyone in general who really loves this content or Ryan Gosling. Now let's get right into the video. Ryan Gosling was born on November 12, 1980, and this qualifies him to be a Scorpio. So with this placement, he is a water sign plus a fixed sign. So with this, he's someone who's very profound and someone who is always motivated by a need for emotional closeness. He always is going to seek connection and truth. And he's someone who really loves to be in relationships, and he loves intensity a lot in those relationships. He's someone who really loves loyalty and needs loyalty in his life in order for him to really go on with his life in the most positive way. He's someone who is very intuitive because he is a water sign. And this really does help him a lot in regards to what he should do, what he shouldn't do in his career and his life choices. He's someone who loves a good challenge as well. And that's something that does come with being a Scorpio sun. So this really does describe him in the best way. Up next would be his moon in Capricorn. So this placement, it can be difficult at times. However, it is somewhat an easy way to navigate, but sometimes difficult as well. So he's someone who is going to be very well-rounded. So this is a very good aspect. He's someone who's very rational and practical, and he always knows what's best for him. That's something that is very great when it comes to Capricorn moon. He's also someone who's very reserved, very committed in relationships. He's very realistic. He is capable and resilient. He's someone who's very practical and very ambitious, but sometimes he does not express his emotions but suppresses them. He's someone that does not really like to show his emotion, especially because he's the type of person who will make his emotions logical, so find logic in emotions instead of his emotionalness. But he's great because he has a Scorpio sun and as well as a Scorpio Mercury. So with this placement, he's someone who is secretive by nature, and he's someone who is a natural investigator and a researcher. He's someone who's always going to have questions around everything, and because of this, he's not going to take things at face value before he gets into anything, whether it's a contract or a relationship. He's going to ask questions or really get into it deeply to know what can benefit him, what cannot benefit him, and what is the best way for him to move on. So he's very smart and intelligent. He's also someone who tends to really know what he wants in life, and he's able to look at things on a different level than probably what other people are willing to look on things. So being very much having a reasoning that is understanding is something that he's great at because he can see from all sides and angles. Next up would be his Venus in Libra, and this is actually a great placement. He's someone who is very romantic and he has a very lovely personality. He's someone who's very emotional and loves people's goodness easily. He's someone who can be a flirt, and he wants a strong need for love, but that's something that is very much interesting. He's someone who is polished, he has manners, and can make them at times seem superficial, but he's really not. He's someone who's very gentle and can be easily offended. He does fall in love easily. He gives good advice. He's very sociable, friendly, polite, attractive, and that's something that comes with this placement because, Libras love to be social and talk with everyone. He's someone who's very romantic, and he's the happiest when he's in a relationship, and he is married, so this is something that's very great for him. He's someone who can be taken advantage of, so he does need to protect himself. Up next would be his Mars in Sagittarius, and with this placement, he's someone who is very much optimistic and very capable as well. He doesn't see the same type of boundaries that other people see. So in other Mars placements, some people may feel restricted, but he doesn't see restriction. He just believes that if he puts his self out there, if he puts his confidence out here, he'll be able to accomplish anything that he wants. He is very inspiring because of this placement, because he knows and realizes that anything is possible. And if he really believes in himself, then this can really improve and help him. He's someone who's all about having as many irons in the fire that he can. So he's the type of person who's not going to have his eggs in one basket. He's going to pursue so many different things in his lifetime. And that's something that really makes him fun and very interesting and inspiring, because he's able to be open-minded. And that's his drive, to be optimistic and to really learn different things. Up next would be his Jupiter in Libra, and with this placement, he is someone who has the ability to listen to all sides of a decision or all sides of a problem. So he's able to use this in a lucky way, I should say. He's someone who's very sociable and very unbiased, and that's something that can really help him in any career that involves judgment and reason. Will be something that he is going to be successful in, because he's able to see all sides. He's someone who can bring good fortune around all his artistic abilities, and if he focuses on them, then that's something that is very much important and something that's very much beneficial for him as well. He's also someone who's able to really believe in himself, and he gets that luck out of that as well. So this is a very great placement for him. Up next would be his Saturn in Libra. So one of the obstacles he may have is that he may have relationship problems that may occur a lot. He's also someone who may have these relationship problems with friends, family members, or spouses. That's something that can be very difficult for him, so that is something that he will need to always look out for. He's someone who has great judgment, and he has social intuition because of the Libra placement. Having great judgment comes from all the difficulties he's had with previous relationships, so that's the lesson that he's learning, is how to have great judgment as to who should be in his life and who shouldn't be. And social intuition, because he is a Libra placement. Libra placements tend to be very social, so they know what to say and what not to say. He's someone who's very intellectual, and he is a natural diplomat, and this is actually a great placement to have because Saturn in Libra is very great. Libra is a great placement, so this is good for him. Up next would be his Uranus in Scorpio. And with this placement, he tends to be someone who's always going to go against the grain. He's going to be very rebellious, and he's someone who has insightful ideas as to why he would do these things. So being rebellious in regards to the structure of society and the structure of life, that's something that he really loves to do, or anyone with this placement. And being different from others, that's something that is what they more than likely will always do, and that's something very interesting for him. And with this placement, he's someone who's will be able to transform into that and stay into that as well. They're very open-minded to other topics majority of the time, especially if it really correlates with what they feel. But because they are a fixed sign, they are going to always stand up for themselves and always feel like what their beliefs are is very much worth fighting for. So this really does describe him. Up next would be his Neptune in Sagittarius. And before going into Neptune in Sagittarius, he has actually two stelliums. He has a Scorpio stellium and a Libra stellium. So those two energies, or those two signs, really bring out those two energies in his chart. Okay, so now back to Neptune in Sagittarius. He's someone who is very much exciting. He loves a variety of things in his life, and he loves exciting experiences, uplifting experiences, and learning new things. This is very much Sagittarius energy. They tend to always love to do different things. They love to do fun things. They love to learn new things, and they're very exciting people as well. That's something that they love to do and something that's very interesting for them as well. So it's great for him to have this because he is an actor and he goes to different places. So getting to learn new people from different cultures is something that's very fun for him. Up next would be his Pluto in Libra, and he gets this placement because he was born between 1972 and 1984. He is Generation Y. He is someone who loves harmony, symmetry, agreement, and pleasantness. That's something that he really loves, and anybody in his generation really loves and appreciates. He's someone who loves finding a common ground and cooperation. He loves everybody to get what they want in life, and everyone in this generation as well. But sometimes there can be no compromise possible because of sometimes the people who do rule a lot of things don't want that because it doesn't benefit them. So that's what can be very hard and cause a lot of dissension. Also, they are the types of people who know the problems behind society and the worldly issues, so they know what's going on, they know the hidden problems, and they try their best to bring it to the forefront to get that cooperation out of it. Up next would be his North Node in Leo. So this is actually a fame placement. He is someone who will need to really develop his gifts and talents by doing these things. So having a lot of individuality, willingness to take center stage, following one's heart desires, strengthening one's willpower, having enthusiasm, having self-confidence in himself, taking risk, relating to the childlike quality in others, enjoying life, having fun, and looking at life as a game and not something that is very hard. Being brave is something he'll need to do, connecting to his heart and not ignoring it, and choosing to depend solely on his mind, identifying with the child within, exploring his creativity, not being afraid of love, inspiring and leading others through his acts of courage, and surrounding himself who love him, admire him, and believe in him. Up next would be his Chiron in Taurus. So with this placement, he may have the wound of security. So maybe at a young age, he had some security issues in regards to material things, emotional things, mental things, or spiritual things. And having security is something that he really needs in his life in order for him to feel happy. And throughout his life, he may have issues with security in different parts of his life. So because of this, he has the gift of nurturing and creativity. But what he needs to do in order to heal this, even though he will have this issue for the rest of his life, is to always not deny himself of simple pleasures in life. So if he wants to buy something and it's in his pay grade, he should buy it. If he wants to do something and it's in his pay grade, he should do it. Overspending is something that he needs to work on, and as well as putting his value in regards to the things that he owns, but just knowing that he is a valuable person, or anyone with this placement. Up next would be his ascendant or / rising in Pisces. And with this placement, he's someone who's very much creative, very charitable, very spiritual, ambiguous, very faithful. They tend to be very private people. They can be zoned out sometimes, but that is Pisces energy, and it's actually beautiful when they're zoned out because they really think of new ideas and they're very creative in those zoned out times. They're also the types of people who are very much going to be there for you when you need their help. They're going to be understanding and intuitive. Intuition is something that really comes with this placement as well. And they're also the types of people who have a lovely persona, like an innocent persona. Their eyes are very beautiful. And they're also the types of people who just have that innocent aura about them. They're very gentle, tranquil, and will likely go with the flow of any conversation. So they're very intelligent people. Up next, and last but not least, is his midheaven in Sagittarius. So with this placement, he's someone who finds inspiration in travel, different cultures, and is always learning new things. That's something that really makes him really happy in his career. He's someone who's very expressive in regards to his career, and that's the image he puts out. Very instinctive, very passionate, very persuasive, and very witty. He's someone who loves to take risks. That's a skill that he takes in his career, being the expert, starting from scratch. That's something that he's also great at. He's also someone who is benevolent. This is his image in the public eye, being benevolent, blessed, radiant, authentic, influential, young, wild, and free. These are the types of persona, or this is the type of image that he has in regards to his career. So this really does describe Ryan Gosling in the best way. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Ryan Gosling's natal chart. Please let me know down below, did you learn more about him? Did you get a better understanding as to who he is as a person? Please also make sure that you let me know who else you guys want me to do a natal chart analysis on in the comments section. And last but not least, please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Please also make sure you hit that like button and share this video with everyone you know. And last but not least, please make sure you're following me on all of my social media accounts, from my Facebook down to my podcast under Abbie Dagrin, Etsy store to my Instagram, Gael Beauty, and my PayPal that is linked down below. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.